Hello and welcome to our second session for the NMAT Quantitative test. Our focus will be on the problem solving. Hopefully that you can learn something about this session. So let's begin with this problem. So what is the perimeter of a regular hexagon if the length of one side is equal to x? So there are three things that we need to, unlock here. So we will talk about the terminologies that we need to, understand. So the first one is actually the word perimeter. Okay, so we have the word perimeter, and then we have the word regular. Okay, and we have also the hexagon. So first thing, if we say perimeter, it is the distance around the polygon. While regular meaning to say all sides are equal, and hexagon meaning to say, okay, it is a six-sided polygon. So let's have this illustration. So it means that it is a six-sided polygon, okay, and all sides are equal. So lalagyan natin yan ng ganitong sign. Yan. So meaning to say all sides are equal. Now, so to get the perimeter, we simply add all sides. Since all sides are equal, so meaning to say it is quite easier if we will multiply 6 times the given side. Since the side is equal to x, so that is equal to times the x. Okay? So perimeter is equal to 6 times x, or our answer here is letter B. Let's move on to this example. So one box measures 7 meters by 15 meters by 8 meters. Another box measures 8 meters by 9 meters by 10 meters. By how many cubic meters is the volume of one box greater than the other? Again, so let's recall the meaning of volume. Pag sinasabi natin volume, it is actually the product of length, width, and height. So again, we will write here volume is equal to length times width times height. So take note in the first case, okay, so the dimensions are, okay, tawagin na lang natin itong volume 1. So we have here 7 times 15 times 8. So the product is actually 840, okay, cubic meters. Okay. Next, so that second dimension is actually 8 times 9 times 10. So we have here volume is equal to length times width times height. So we will multiply 8 times 9 times 10. So we come up with 720 cubic meters. But then again, we want to find out the difference between the two volumes. So we simply subtract 840 minus 720. So we'll come up with 120 cubic meters. So from our choices, we can see it is actually letter C. Okay? So let's move on to the next example. So here a patient needs to take a certain tablet for 7 days. If he has to take one tablet every 3 hours, how many tablets does he need? So we need to analyze, guys. Okay, ang sabi niya dito is we have one tablet. So let's have here one tablet for every 3 hours. Okay? However, so there are 24 hours in a day. So sulat natin. So we have 24 hours in a day. Okay? So it follows that, okay, we have 24 divided by 3. So he will consume 8 tablets per day. Okay? And since there are 7 days, so we have 8 times 7. So we'll come up with 56 tablets. So the answer here is letter D. So again, let's move on to the next example. So the jeepney fare for the first 4 kilometers is 9 pesos and 50 cents. And for each additional kilometer, 25 cents is added. How much is the fare for the 17-kilometer distance? So in this kind of problem, so babalik tayo doon sa tinatawag nating function. Okay. So idea of the function. So what we're going to do is first, okay, meron tayong constant na 9 pesos and 50 cents. So we will use that, okay, for our pair is actually, this is, okay, your constant, 9 pesos and 50 cents. Bakit constant yan? Meaning to say, whatever your distance for the first 4 kilometers, you will pay 9 pesos and 50 cents. Next, so this is your minimum fare plus, okay? You have 17 kilometers minus your, okay, minimum distance. Okay? In excess of 4 kilometers, you have a payment of 25 cents. Yan. Ulitin natin. So, 9 pesos and 50 cents is the minimum fare. And in excess of 4 kilometers, multiply that by 25 cents. So, this is our working equation for our function. So, meron tayong 9 pesos and 50 cents plus the product of, okay, so this is 17 minus 4 will give us 13 times 0.25. Then, simply multiply 13 by 0.25 will come up with, okay, this is 3.25 cents. Add the value to 9 and 50 cents. Okay. So, the final answer is 12 and 75 cents. So, from our choices, the correct answer is letter B. Okay, Mrs. Santos can finish 4 placemats for every 3 that her daughter finishes. If Mrs. Santos finishes 16 placemats in 1 week, how many placemats in all can mother and daughter finish together in 4 weeks? Now, so this problem is actually a ratio problem. So, the very first thing that we will do is to set up the ratio. So, ano yung ratio natin? So, this is mother is to daughter. Take note that, so the ratio is 4 is to 3. Why? Because for every 4 placemats, meron 3 placemats si daughter. So, we will have, okay, the same arrangement for our proportion. So, we have mother is to daughter. Now, Mrs. Santos can finish 16 placemats. So, we will put here 16. And then, unknown number for daughter. Mas maganda if I'll write this one as a fraction. So, meaning to say, I have here 4 is to 3 is equal to 16 over x. Ano yung x natin? So, that is the number of, okay, placements for daughter. So, I have here, guys, isipin, what will you multiply to 4 to make it 16? Correct, that is 4. You will use the same number, okay, para i-multiply kay 3. So again, look at this one, guys. 3 times 4 will give us the value of x. So we have here x is equal to, this is actually equal to 12. Now, we know already, okay, for every 16 na nagawa ni mother, merong 12 si daughter. So, in a week, okay, I'll combine 16 and 12. So, I have, okay, 28, okay, months. However, I want to find out the total, okay, placemats in 4 weeks. So we have here 28. Just multiply it by 4. Okay. So we come up with 112. So from our choices, the correct answer is letter A. Okay, so let's proceed to the next example. So in a list of numbers, the first is 2, the second is 7, and each subsequent number is the sum of all preceding numbers. So what is the fifth number in the list? So first and foremost, ang gusto natin malaman is we want to find out the fifth number on the list. So we simply use the listing method as well as use the operation from the given. Okay, from the given. Okay, so let's start. So here, so the first number is actually 2, okay? Followed by the second number, 7. And we will add 2 and 7 to get the third number. So 2 plus 7 will give us 9, okay? And then the fourth number is simply add 2 plus 7 plus 9 will give us 18, okay? Next, we want to find out the fifth number. So again, we will add 2 plus 7 plus 9 plus 18. So, the result will give us 36. So the correct answer here is letter C. So it is actually the same from the previous example. So the only difference is, okay, let's read the problem. In a list of numbers, the first is 2, the second is 7, and each subsequent number is the sum of all preceding numbers. If the 100th number is in the list is x, what is 103rd number in the list? So first, let's list down the given numbers. So we need to write down, okay, the numbers. So let's start with the smallest one, which is actually 2. Okay, followed by 7. And the third number is the sum of 2 and 7. So we have 9. And then 2 plus 7 plus 9 will give us 18. And then we have 2 plus 7 plus 9 plus 18 is equal to 36. And then the next number is 72. Observe that up after 9, we can double, guys, yung, okay, 9. So times 2 here. Here also is times 2. Here also is times 2. Okay? So from this pattern, okay, pwede kong palitan ngayon okay, palitan to ng, halimbawa, if I'll start here, okay, 9, okay, then I have here, okay, 18. So, 18. Observe that 9, 18, 9 times 2 is 18, and 9, okay, times 4. So, this is actually 9 times 4. Tama? And then, 72 is actually 9 times 8. Okay? Or in short, ito, guys, 18 can be renamed as, okay, so 18 can be renamed as 9 times 2. So I have here 9 times 2. Observe, if I'll replace 9 by x, so meron akong x dito. So here, instead of 9, I'll use x here. So pwede kong lagay na 2x. And this one is 4x. And here is actually, okay, 8x. Now, observe that gaano kalayo si 9 kay, okay, 72. Pag naglagay ako ng 100 dito, if this is my 100, okay, 101, 102, and this is my 103rd number. So observe that if my first, if my number is x as 100th number, so guys, ang 103rd number ko is 8x. So therefore, the correct answer is letter D. Let's analyze this algebraic problem. So the sum of two numbers is 19. If 5 times the larger number is 3 less than twice the larger number, what are the numbers? So first and foremost, okay, meron tayong sum of two numbers. But before that, i-recall lang natin. When we are young, pag meron tayong 5 plus 2, okay, is equal to 7. But this time, pag meron tayong 5 plus something is equal to 7. So, meaning to say, to get this blank or unknown number, so that is actually, gagawin natin 7 minus 5. So, this is the value of blank. Okay? In the same manner, we will use this one para ma-solve natin yung problem. So, meaning to say, we will let here, okay, x is equal to a smaller number. Okay? And then, we will use, okay, this idea, since we know the sum is 19, ang gagawin natin, so 19 minus x, this is your larger number. Okay, so, this is now your representation. Next, if 5 times the smaller number, so pag meron tayong 5 times the smaller number, so that is x, so that is, okay, 5 times the smaller number is, meaning to say that is equal sign, 3 less than twice the larger number. So, paano yun? So, meron tayong guys na Okay, ito, 3 less than the than twice the larger number. So, ang lalagay natin is minus 3. So, sa likod yun. Okay, since this is translating backwards. Twice of what? Of larger number. And our larger number is 19 minus x. Okay? So, we have now our equation. So, we have 5x. Okay? So, we have now 5x is equal to 2 times 19 minus x minus 3. Again, distribute 2. So, I have here 5x is equal to 38 minus 2x, okay, minus 3. So, I would like to put all the variables on the left side. So, again, yung negative 2, okay, I'll put it on the other side of the equation. So, this is, okay, it will become positive 2x, okay, is equal to 38 minus 3. So, we have 35. Okay? So, 5x plus 2x is equal to 7x. So, this is equal now to 35. Then, solve for the value of x. Divide both sides by 7. So, x is equal to positive 5. So, from our representation, this is our smaller number. Next, we are looking for the larger number. Based on our representation, that is actually 19. Okay? Minus x. So this is 19 minus 5. So, is equal to 14. So, ang hinahanap natin is actually 5 and 14. So, based on our choices, the correct answer is letter C. Okay, let's try this problem. So, if out of top 1,000 corporation in the Philippines is 45% were established before January 1, 1980, and 25% were established before January 1, 1970. How many of these corporations were established between January 1, 1970 and January 1, 1980? So, the first technique here is again, we draw number line. Okay, so that we have an idea kung nasaan talaga yung pinag-uusapan natin dates. So, let's have here, okay, this is actually, hindi naman actually number line. So, simply draw line, okay, of event. So, we have here January 1, 1970. And on the other timeline, okay, meron tayong January, okay, 1, 1980. Okay, let's analyze. Okay? So, 45% were established before January 1, 1980. So, meron kang 45% daw dyan. Okay, 45%. And 25% were established before 1970. So, 25%. Okay. So take note that itong 45% nito is from, okay, January 1 pababa, pa ganun. Okay, here. While this 25% is from January 1 pababa, okay, here. So it means that itong part na to ay 25%. Okay? So this part, from January 1, 1980 going down, so we have 45%. Okay? Eh, meron ka ng 25% here. So what you're going to do is simply subtract 45% minus 25% because you want to know this part. So this is actually 20%. However, okay, meron kang base na, okay, 1,000. So, since you have a base of 1,000, so you have 20%, and you want to get the percentage of 1,000, okay, so 20% of 1,000 is equal to 200. So, the correct answer here is okay, so let's illustrate this problem. So we have actually a rectangle. So the dimension is 6 by 5 inches. Okay, recall, area is equal to length times width. Based from the given 6 times 5 or 6 by 5 inches, so meron tayong, okay, 30, okay, inches square. Next, we will cut a square which is actually 9 inches. Tawagin na lang natin yan area A. Okay? And then we have here, okay, a rectangle of 2 by 4. So, tawagin na lang natin yan 2 by 4. Okay, illustrate lang natin area B. And we have here area C of 1, okay, inches in radius. So, tawagin natin area C yan. Next, recall natin, yung area A, according to the problem, that is actually 9 inches squared. So, wala nang problema yon. So, we call this one as area A. Next, area B. So, to get the area B, so this is length times width. So, meaning to say, this is actually 2 times 4. So, we have 8, okay, inches squared. Next, area C, which is actually a circle. So, the area is pi r squared. But take note that the radius is equal to 1. So, we have pi times 1 squared. So, substitute natin. So, this is actually simply as pi. Now, we want to find out the area of the remaining cardboard. So, ang gagawin natin, so, the total area, 30, minus the sum of 9 plus 8 plus pi. Okay? So, we have here 30 minus 17 plus pi. So, alin ang pwede natin makita dyan? So, actually, 30 minus 17. So, i-rearrange natin 30 minus 17 minus pi. Okay? So, we have here 13 minus pi. So, based on our choices, the correct answer is letter B. Okay, let's move on to the probability problem. So, again, i-unlock muna natin ano ibig sabihin natin ng even. So, meaning to say all numbers that ends with, okay, either 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So, bibilangin natin ilan yung even numbers dito. So, we have actually, so the even are the following. 2, 8, ano pa? So, we have 34, then we have 144. So, meaning to say, so yung even natin is 4. Next. The next thing, pag kinukuha natin yung probability is we would like to find out the total sample space. So, ilan yung lahat ng numbers natin. So, the total numbers is actually 12. Okay, 12 yun. So, this is actually your total. Now, to get the probability, so, even out of your total. Okay? So, there are 4 even numbers out of 12. But take note that I can still reduce this by dividing both the numerator and denominator by ng number yon, 4. So, we have 1 over 3. So, the correct answer is letter A. Okay, so again, so let's move on to the next problem. So here, take note that your entire, okay, budget is 1 whole, right? Okay? And then you will subtract all your other expenses. So ano-ano yung mga expenses mo? Meron kang 2 pips na, okay, for food. Then add 1 over 10. Okay? So this is for your clothing. Then you have 1/4 for, okay, housing. And then you have your utilities na 1 over 20. So, we will subtract all the sum of these fractions, okay, doon sa 1 kasi 1 whole yon. Now, next. So again, pag magsusubtract tayo ng fraction, meaning to say, we will get the LCD. Ano ba LCD ng 5, 10, okay, 4, tsaka 20? So actually, ang LCD niyan ay, alright, 20. So, gagawin natin is simply, okay, divide, okay, the LCD by the denominator, then multiply to numerator. So, let's do this. So, 20 divided by 5 is actually, ilan yun? Okay, we have here 4 times 2 will get 8. Repeat the process. 20 divided by 10, which is actually 2 times 1 is 2. Next, 20 divided by 4 is 5 times 1 is 5. And then, okay, so pareho lang yan. 20 divided by 20 is 1 times 1 is 1. Okay. So we have now 1 minus the total sum of this 8 plus 2 plus 5 plus 1 all over 20. So we have, okay, 4 over 5. So meaning to say, okay, 1 minus 4 over 5 is equal to 1 over 5. Okay. Take note, from the analogy, so meaning to say, okay, yung 1/5 nito, this is the savings. So, it means that this is actually 4,500. Okay? Now, so, i-recall natin meaning ng 1 over 5. So, if we have 1 over 5, meaning to say 1 out of 5. So, mag-drawing tayo. So, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So, 1 out of 5, this is actually 4,500 pesos. So, 1 out of 5 is your savings. Now, we want to find out the monthly income. So, meaning to say, each part is equal to 4,500. Okay, but I have 5 parts. Okay, times 4,500. So, meron kang 22,500 pesos. So, therefore, the correct answer is letter B. Okay, so let's try to analyze this problem. Okay, so this is about taxation. So, tingnan natin yung numbers ha. Based on the table, guys, titingnan nyo lang ha. Okay, so you will pay the total of 14,250. Based on the tax due, ibig sabihin, hindi mo babayaran tong 250 plus 3% in excess of 50,000 pesos. Why? It is, okay guys, hindi siya practical kasi ang pinakamalaking tax mo na babayaran dito, ito yung tax base natin is 8,750. So naturally, wala ka dun sa first and second rows. So andito ka sa third row. Okay? Now, so ibig sabihin yan, nagbayad ka ng total of, you have a total of 14,250, which is actually, okay, 8,750. So this is your tax base plus 11% of excess ng, okay, hindi mo alam kung ilan yung excess mo. So that is why we will left that one as X minus 200,000. Bakit minus 200,000? Because from, okay, from the given, okay, doon sa table natin, so it was mentioned here that over, okay, in n excess over 200,000. So, we will solve this one, our equation now. So, we have here 14,000, subtract both sides by 8,750. So, we have 14,250 minus 8,750 is equal to 11% of x minus 200,000. Okay. Then, get the difference. So, the difference is 5,000, okay, 500, which is equal to 11% ng x minus 200,000. Then, solving for, okay, x, I divide both sides by 11%. Okay, 11%. So, if I divide both sides of the equation by 11%, so I come up with, okay, 50,000 is the same as x minus 200,000. Again, I'll add both sides of the equation by 200,000. So here, 50,000 plus 200,000 is equal to the value of your x. So therefore, x is equal to 250,000. So the answer here is equal to B. So that's it.